Yeah. Said we up now, they up next. Got you in your feelings, upset. Said I'm up to bat, you on deck. At my best, you is looking stressed, cuz we up now, they up next. Said we up now, they up next. Got you in your feelings, upset. Said I'm up to bat, you on deck. At my best, stress, cuz we up now, they up next. Said we up now, they up next. Got you in your feelings.
I didn't give you the fucking signal. There was no signal there.
That looked like a signal.
This is the signal.
Is this the signal right here? Tuning in live. Ladies and gentlemen, joined by me, Thanos, I guess.
Yes, sir.
Are you not the happiest man in NEFL this week?
I am. I'm just trying to get the people going. That's all it is.
Where did you get that?
I can't disclaim my sources.
No.
I had multiple offered to me, though.
That's fair. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live here, Tambo Time, NEFL Week 3. Lots of going on. I want to talk about a couple things right now before I, lot of people dropping out, lot of big names, and I think there's some good reasons here. I want to address the rumors of Corey quitting on Heartbreakers. Now, there was a video floating around of him acting very, very athletic against some kids. And I want to know if it's an old video or that was a joke, or that actually is a recent video after he told Heartbreakers he got hurt. I don't feel that's fair, but I think that's uncharacteristic of Corey. So if anybody can just comment, let me know whether that's true or not. But as of right now, the information I'm being fed is Corey has quit on Heartbreakers, and to me, I think that's kind of bullshit. You have anything to add to this? I don't know if you're.
I mean, I don't know him personally. It's not a great look.
Okay.
We'll see what happens and what comes out. I was ordered to do some investigative research, and I don't even know where to start. So I'll be working on that this upcoming week. Yeah,
I mean, it is a draft league, and I get times are tough sometimes, and whatnot. And I do think Bova does a great job of, guys who don't show up and quit on their team, that they're not allowed back, because it's a big thing. But if he did, I very much dislike it, and it kind of pisses me off. But I don't know if it's just a video going around where people just trying to stir shit up. And if he is hurt, it is a serious injury. It's something I've been through, so it's not fun. From what I've heard, from what I've heard, his injury is something I've actually experienced. It's not fun. So,
dark times, Brad. Dark times.
Tyler Shattuck showing up in the chat. Thanks for showing up to this one, not the other chat, buddy. Appreciate your support. You're a dick. All right, let's get right into Week 3 recaps. We had Frieza Force TDM. First game. Who'd you pick on this one?
Frieza.
I did too.
How did you do overall in the picks?
5-4.
Same. Yeah, but we picked a couple different ones, so
we did.
We'll see what comes to be with that.
Yeah, it's I think some of the top teams, it's kind of obvious to identify for sure. I don't think picking the wins are very easy.
No,
I've gotten 5-4, 4-5, and 5-4. So either I suck at it or it is a pretty competitive season. But we got Frieza Force over TDM. Short scoring game, not crazy. We saw Frieza Force light it up last week. 26-20 over TD Mafia is the score I was reported. Is TD Mafia's defense legit?
I think they are. The concerning thing for me was they were. So what was it? 26-20 final.
That's the score I got reported to me. If it's incorrect, it's incorrect.
So they were up 20-7 at half.
Frieza Force was up
TDM.
20. Oh, TDM was up 20-7 at half and didn't score the second half at all. Did you watch this?
That's concerning to me.
Did you watch this, or is this what?
I did. No, I wrote it down. First point, TDM up 20-7 at half.
That's
the first thing I wrote down.
That's a bummer. Because they lost a low-scoring game early, week 1. They won overtime here. They could easily be 3-0 if they could punch some scores in.
Yeah.
That's got to be. Got to be
no points and a half is tough.
for sure, and it can happen. I get it. We've seen it, and TDM this season has been known for a great defense, not a formidable offense, but we know they got the pieces to score. They got very dangerous weapons on that team.
For sure.
But maybe that's not a Freezer Force. I think has got a good defense for sure. Good, borderline, great. So to hold TDM to 0 points and a half, that's a good job.
For sure.
David Longton wants to know, Connor, can you sit on that glove and rotate?
He already did before the show. I tried to tell him to save it for the show, but he said, "I don't know, the kids watching and stuff." So,
Freezer Force, a little bit of turnover trouble again. I had them week 1. They had 5 turnovers.
6, I thought.
They're kind of riding a turnover wave here. Let's see if they can flatten that out. Right, they had another tipped interception. Someone pitched it back to Ivan. He fumbled. What else? But like you said, their defense towards the end of the game forced 2 fumbles on the same drive. Right, obviously, first one they didn't recover. Second one they recovered, and it was, from what I'm remembering, pretty close to the goal line. So they had a nice stop there. But the turnovers on offense, we got to get that figured out.
Yeah, I mean, so maybe you can tell me if I'm right or wrong, and I'll accept your opinion because I respect you. What I said about Freezer Force early is it's a lot of guys who can freelance very well. Mm-hmm. And if Danny Dimes can read them, it's going to be very dangerous offense. But the problem is, I think when you have freelancing guys and you don't read them right, maybe the throws are a little behind, a little ahead, and those are the tips, and then when you have guys who do freelance a lot and look to pitch, you could cause turnovers, or you could get turnovers. So I personally feel it goes into my synopsis of these guys. I still think they're a very dangerous team and one of the top teams for sure, but those turnovers could hurt them, so they do have to reel that in a little bit. I think they reel that in, keep the turnovers to a minimum, and they're going to be there late in this season for sure.
Yeah. A couple things I wrote down about this game that I wanted to bring up and talk to you, get your opinion on. What's your opinion? I saw this in a couple games. This is the first game of the day. I saw it right away. Are you taking a coverage sack?
For what?
Like a 7 set. Like
you gotta give me a scenario. I guess.
I just
second down.
Like personally, I'm trying to make a play no matter what, which could be a huge downfall of me playing quarterback. That's why I'm.
Oh, me too. I've watched guys, especially this week. Jacob Point, I'll give him credit. He will throw the ball into the dirt.
Yeah. And
just give up on a play, live another down. And we can get into my game. It fucked me. I didn't. If I did that, it may be a different game in my game. But instead, I'm trying to make a play and I'm forcing it, and I turned over the ball. I think guys like Jacob Lapointe who understand the style with the best of them know it's better to live another down than turn the ball over.
Yeah. I'd never really thought about it, and I saw it in a couple different games this week, and it just got the gears rotating in my head.
Yeah,
about my own play.
Yeah, no, that's listen. I'll credit you. You're a smart guy. You're always trying to be better, and it's obvious. But yeah, me too. I noticed that too. So Freezer Force getting the win. Freezer Force going 2-1, 3-0, 2-1, right? They lost to Wolfpack with the 6 turnovers, right?
Yeah, there's only 2 3-0 teams right now, so it's got to be 2-1.
I thought there was 3, but we got Freezer Force 2-1, TD Mafia 1-2. OVO Wolfpack potential game of the week. Unfortunately, no Jordan. And is Dome not the luckiest guy in the world right now? He's gonna freak out about it. Listen, in Dome's defense, yeah, you can only show up and play whoever you play, whoever's there. You have to go out and perform no matter who's on the other side of the ball. He will knock on other teams if they have easy wins or whatever, but when it comes to his teams, he's very hypocritical, which is why I can't stand Dome. I actually hate him. But OVO getting the win over Wolfpack. Jordan Perderma not there. I did pick Wolfpack to win this game. You know, he was in the chat saying, I don't think Domo is a 30-point difference. I do think he is. Offense and defense struggled to a point. Wolfpack came out fighting, and I'll give that team a ton of credit. I did the live for this game. And I'm not going to take anything away from OVO, but Wolfpack came out, made plays when they could. Ciampa scored, or like second play of the game. Like they needed to come out scoring and bring the fight to them.
Was it even second? Was it the first play?
It might have been the first play.
I feel like I have that. We'll hear about it from Dome here in a couple seconds, but I feel like it was the first play because I didn't watch the game live and then saw the talk about Jordan not being there and kind of I was just like, I don't even know if I want to watch. And when I threw it on, I'm pretty sure it was touchdown first play, but it could have been second. We'll hear in a second here.
Yeah, I mean, I love the Wolfpack team even without Jordan. I think they're great. And regardless of Jordan's there or not, I wanted to watch this game. OVO is a great team to watch. It's fun. They a lot of weapons. And in their defense, listen, you got to play against whoever's there. And they came out, they did their job, and they did it great. Wolfpack came out fighting, but I do think with Jordan there, it's a 100% different game.
I tend to agree with you on the not causing a 30-point difference swing there. The difference that I think, I don't know if Dome's really thinking about this, is there's a difference if it's like someone like you or I who, let's just say, is a great quarterback, right? If we're not there, maybe not making him a 30-point difference, but we're talking about a guy who excels on both sides of the ball.
So you are agreeing with me or disagreeing with me?
I'm agreeing with you.
Okay.
I think, right, he's a great safety as well.
Yeah.
So
no, I agree.
That's what I talked to Dome about a little. Like, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't make a 30-point difference, but it's not like out of the realm of all possibilities.
No, it definitely does.
By any means.
I don't care. It does. They will score more with Jordan there. They're gonna get a turnover with Jordan there on defense as well, and it's a whole different game. I'm not saying OVO wouldn't win the game. No, I'm not saying that at all. I did pick Wolfpack only because of my hatred for Dome and Carter and Shattuck, and you know. That's pretty much it. I like everybody else on the team. But no, we kind of, the fans got robbed of a potential game of the week. You know, it is what it is. But OVO came out, did their business. Hosby, great quarterback. Yes, Dome gave me shit. I didn't give him his due last week, and he's 100% right. Hosby came out, threw a great game. Like, regardless of whoever is out there, you could still make mistakes. You could still do dumb shit. But Hosby came out, played great. Hosby is a lot better than I think people are giving him credit for, and we'll see how it goes down the line. OVO improves to 3-0. Whether they're 3 lucky wins or not, they're still 3-0, and they're still one of the better teams, if not the best team in the league right now. Wolfpack 2-1, right? Yeah, they got the win early. Freezer Force, they won last week. Jordan taking the week off, so 2-1. Wolfpack. Then that, not in trouble. It's a loss. That's okay. They're still a great team. They'll be there towards the end. We had Colt 45 and Spartans, which I thoroughly enjoyed watching this game. I did take Spartans to piss you off, and you pissed me off by proving me wrong. Colt 45, 39 over Spartans 34. A little controversy in this game. Honestly, do you agree with the non-touchdown call or not?
Which one are we talking about?
The non-touchdown with Chad coming across back end zone. So live, I will admit, and I said it on the live. When I watched the live, I thought Kevin Clark got a piece of that ball before it got to Chad's hands. So that would have negated Chad going out of bounds and coming back in, which is how Bova saw it. Mm-hmm. Watching it on the live, it looked a lot more bang-bang right away together at the same time than I initially thought. So angle perception's a difference. From watching the live, I kind of agree with Bova's call. Doing the live, I did not at the time.
My question is here, right? If he goes out of bounds, unforced, he has to establish back in
and be the second guy to touch it.
Right?
Yeah.
So from my understanding, because I do think Kev touched it first, from my understanding is I thought that Chad jumped from out of bounds and they wanted a touchdown from that. That's
If that-
how I took it.
Okay.
But
If that was the call, then it's 100% right. We're talking about this for no reason.
I don't know.
If that's what the call was.
That was my understanding, but who am I, right?
Well, I mean, I couldn't hear it from the refs, so I'm not gonna do the lives and ask. So I only got secondhand information. But the game's not gonna come down to one call, in my opinion. Spartans had their chance. They kind of blew it. At 0-3, do you think this is one of the biggest surprises of the season, seeing that type of,
100%. 100% with that roster.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I was surprised. I thought Jimmy would maybe take advantage. We had 7 guys, and I was playing defense the whole fucking game, which you never want to see, being anybody on a team, having me out there the whole time playing defense.
That's fair.
So-
But in your defense, you made a lot of good flag pulls, a lot of athletic flag pulls. Pretty sure a diving one as well. I mean, you were out there.
Sure.
You played.
Sure. Okay.
You stepped up to the task.
I'll say I'm decent at pulling flags, but in coverage, like liability, dude. Like I'm throwing 2 guys behind me on every route and just chunking it down the field. But I don't know. That's how I would have gone about it. He went about it a different way, and we scratched one out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's they have a lot of weapons, in my opinion. Watching the game, doing the stats as well. Spartans, they need to go to Lazu a little more. They didn't go to him enough, and I am surprised that doesn't seem to be more of a thing. Where last season Jimmy killed it with him. I don't know if he's forcing it to other people. There was a lot of attempts to Chad, and not saying Chad doesn't deserve those attempts, but it to me it seemed forcing it at the wrong times, and then when it was time to force it, just did not execute properly. Jason Gagne is silently keeping that team in games and playing very well, and same as my boy Luis. So I think they need to spread the ball out a little more, not try to force it to Chad in scenarios you shouldn't force it to. And I think that's going to be the 2 touchdown differences where they start winning these games instead of losing them. That's my opinion.
Do you think that because of the hype of the Pat-Chad matchup, he was trying to force it a little? Because I say that I certainly did.
Listen, I enjoyed it. I wish every play was some type of force between those 2 guys. Listen, I loved that matchup, and it was fun. I don't know. I think Chad got the better of the matchup right away, and I don't think forcing it at that time and giving Pat some momentum to get back in would have been the move. But I don't know what goes on in that huddle. I don't know what they're saying to each other. And I've seen, honestly, I saw Chad play the best defense I think I've ever seen him play to kind of prove, hey, I'm here, and I'm going to be here all game. I thought the talking came a little early. I even said on the live, like, I wouldn't talk this much because this is a long game, and Pat is arguably the best receiver in the league and becoming one of my favorite players that I have not played with in all times. But
Another question coming up from this that I've been thinking about. What are your thoughts on game planning to not throw a certain person's way? Do you do that, or are you of the mindset like, I don't give a shit who's out there?
First and foremost, I will tell Lazu Senior. Yes, I listen to Greeks more than I listen to anybody. That's first and foremost. My philosophy is the open receiver is the right receiver. So, and I think sometimes I need to get better as a quarterback to take the one-on-one matchups I need, but I don't force it to anybody. I can't. It's just not my game.
No. I mean, game planning to get away from a defender.
It depends on the defender.
Fair enough.
Can you give me an example, and I'll
Like, I don't know. My thought process as a quarterback is I'm going to throw at anybody, and that, could be another downfall of, like, when we came out against Shane, he's the defending defensive player of the year. Is that true? I believe.
Yeah, Shane got it last year, yep.
Right?
Rightfully so.
For me, I'm going to throw at anybody, and I feel like people are like, when you game plan, are you trying to not throw to one side of the field because somebody's over there. And I wanted to see, right, because obviously you've played the position a lot longer than I have, so I wanted to see your thoughts on that.
I don't necessarily take it to the game plan. I take it to the play calling. Mm-hmm. You know, so I can game plan all I want. You know, you take the Shane Boss scenario that you brought up. Let's say I come out, all of a sudden he's playing corner, and he's manned up on, let's say, my best receiver. Mm-hmm. Then my game plan's out of the window. So instead of forcing the game plan, what I'm doing there is I'm trying to either make plays to either take Shane out of the question or get my guy open that I'm trying to get. That's me personally. I'm not saying that's the right way to do it. It just works for me.
No, I'm just trying to get some information out there for the people. 2 different aspects, 2 different quarterbacks, how we go about things.
That's fair. All right, enough talk about your heroic. What are you guys 2-1 now?
We are. Yep.
I thought you were arguing with me about the 30-point favor, but now that you got Pat showing up, it seems like a 30-point favor. Honestly, Pat's becoming one of my favorite. He only got the 1 hat trick this time, so a little under par game for him. Chad was up to the task for most of the game, but you watch the last play of the game, and they line up Chad on his side, mm-hmm. and even Ray Charles they know who you're going to here. I don't understand, and I love Pat comes around backside as soon as he realizes Chad's not come with him. Pat's telling you where to throw it, and you threw it there, and it's touchdown, game over. I don't know why Chad didn't go all the way. I don't know why they wouldn't have just, you know what, Chad, you play man on him, and we're going to play zone. I don't know what the decision making there was. It didn't make sense to me that Chad just pulled off of him. Not to say that Chad's the best defender, but at that point in time, Chad's probably your best chance of stopping that. But, Lazu Sr. just said Kevin Clark bailed you guys out. He's another one.
Threw some bad balls for sure.
If there's a top 5 list of guys I've never played with and that I want to play with, and they're my favorite players, he's one of them. Him and Pat. So he played great that game. You did, listen, I thought you did a great job.
Thank you.
But big win, bringing your team to 2-0. Spartans 0-3. Probably one of the big shockers of the season right now at 0-3. I don't think they're out of the game yet. They got some adjustments to make. If they make those adjustments, they'll be dangerous down the line. All right, we have T-Gods and Honey Badgers. And finally, the real Junior showed up this week. I even joked on the live. You see me go back, and I see flags flying. I'm like, oh, there's Junior probably getting unsportsmanlike. Little did I know, Junior actually got thrown out of this game. Honey Badgers taking the win 34-26. I did take Honey Badgers. I thought it was kind of a pickup game. Didn't know Cheeks wasn't going to be there. I don't know if that was planned or not. I am a big believer in Honey Badgers. But I was more trying to piss Junior off, and I got a little lucky. And I think Honey Badgers' defense is legit, keeping T-Gods at only 26 points, even without Cheeks. Who did you take this one?
I took T-Gods here.
Did you?
Yep.
I didn't get to watch the game. Did you?
I didn't get to watch it live. I watched some of it while I was there until Junior was just running his mouth on the sideline so much that I had to go watch the other game. And so I didn't watch the end of it. Right, like another big game from Greg. Guys all over the place, both sides of the ball. Vidge, I think a little bit better decision making this week.
Ben, pull up the stats if you can, please.
I think, right, as long as he can play at an above average, like average, above average, they have some weapons.
How are you laughing at comments as we're going?
Dude, I'm keeping.
Listen, the only ball you throw better than me is that rainbow ball. Get the fuck out of here. Everything else I throw way better than you. Get the fuck out of here. Just seeing that right now. Can you pull up the stats over there, buddy?
I got it.
Oh, you got them on here? How did you get them?
I shared them from here to here.
Oh.
I shared them with the Tampa Times.
Shout out to Ben for just.
No, don't shout out Ben. Ben is in the hole right now.
Shout out for that.
Maybe. Yeah. What's Junior stats here? What is it, quarterback of the week last week? Gets a little fucking above his bridges here. Let's see what he did here.
What team?
Junior. T-Gods. Yeah. have Metcalf.
And you're looking for.
No, Junior really. Lazu. Fuck, sorry. Greg's gonna smack me.
Yeah, he was 26 for 44, so 59%.
After going, 80% last week?
84%
Talking all that shit?
I have a theory here.
Okay.
That I've been working on.
Okay.
Is QB of the week the Madden curse?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
I mean,
He's
it's
still
trending that way so far this year.
So far this season, everybody who gets QB of the week sucks the next season? Next week? Jesus.
I mean, I'm not saying it sucks, but they don't have.
He was
nearly
84. He was
close to the
84% the week before as well.
Right. So
Right,
50
week one
something
was-
percent.
Week 1, Curtis, right? And then he came out week 2. They said he started 4 for 15.
Oh,
and
yeah?
then Bonish came
Okay.
in.
So who
Week
got
2,
week 2?
Junior
Okay. All
gets
right.
thrown out of the game.
Could see a trend here.
Keep that fucking award away from me, buddy.
How many
I don't want anything to do with it.
how many touchdowns Junior throw?
He threw 4,
How many interceptions?
2.
Jesus.
I didn't see those.
The real Junior really showed up this week, huh?
But he let me down. I've been high on him so far, so hopefully, right, they get Cheeks back this week and gets back on track.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not hoping that, but I am.
Listen, yeah, I'm a big Junior hater. I don't care. No, listen, I love Honey Badgers. I'm honestly high on them. I like that team. I said at the beginning, it's a great roster. I said the X factor is the quarterback, and the quarterback's actually coming out and playing pretty well, pretty good football, and he'll bring it together. Honey Badgers is gonna be tough. All right, we got Boston Biscuits versus Los Amigos. All right, next game.
Let me flip my page here.
Who did you pick here?
I picked, fuck, now you're making me go back. I picked you guys.
Did you?
I did.
First of all, I'm not going to take anything away from Boston Busters. Lazu Senior said it right. They got a lot of talent on the team. They're a good team. They played great defense. Nothing was easy against that defense. I do wholeheartedly and will stand that we were screwed on a touchdown, which would have changed the game, and I can solidly predict how the game would have went at that point in time. Busters would have drove down and scored after we took the lead because they were driving and scoring at will. Our defense did not adjust well. We're missing a couple guys, but again, we got to play with who's there. Regardless of how we played, we just didn't adjust well. You got a running quarterback who has played great, good decisions, played smart. You know, we made it easy for him, but he didn't fuck up. So
Yep.
either way, but we're toggling between 2 safeties and 3 safeties when we shouldn't be. And second half, if you actually watch the live, he did a lot more before the snap. He would give it to Jake Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
Jake would call the hike and snap it back to him. And if you watch our whole defense, the second he gives Jake Fitzgerald the ball, nobody moves. We're just watching. We're not reacting. We're not changing up. We don't have no game plan whatsoever. Some of the amigos mad at me because of the predictions I made and what I've said. And unfortunately, our defense killed us this game. Our offense, for sure, made 2 mistakes. 2 mistakes that whole game. And we lost.
You have comments on John Garcia saving you from throwing a pick 6 the first drive? He had a nice flagpole.
John Garcia caused that interception. This is where, okay, so you brought this up, and not only, Matt Shannon probably wants to punch the whole team. I mean, but John Garcia fucks up his route, and not only does he fuck up his route, he fucks up Matt Shannon's route, who the whole play was basically designed for. So Matt Shannon peels off, and this is where I'll give Jacob LaPointe credit. Guys like that who know how to live the next down. I tried to force it. I got 2 fucking, oh shit. John Garcia just fucked up the whole route. The whole play screwed up. You know what? I'm going to get the ball in my best player's hands, and I played it. I threw an awful pass. Javi made a great play on it.
He did. He read the shit.
Right. He read it.
Yeah.
As soon as I threw it, he's running forward. I'm like, oh no, please no. And then he picked it. And
The one redeeming thing about John Garcia, he said, Ben, great job. Also, Connor is crushing it this week.
Connor always crushes it. So that's how we started off the game. So, yes, if I live another down there, and again, that's one of the two mistakes that the offense made. Jimmy, as a ref, did rob us of a touchdown. Even the other team admitted it. How I predict that game going is we score, we take the lead, Boston Busters score at will coming down, and then we are driving and trying to kill clock as much as we can to score. Whether we score or not, I have no idea. Again, not trying to take anything away from Busters, but they played great defense. Nothing was easy. We really had nothing. Nothing was given to us. They played great. Much respect for them, and I believe they go to 1-2, right? They were 0-2 going into this game.
Also, my boy Goo giving you a shout out. You're throwing some dots out there. He said.
I had to. I had no choice. That defense was all over the place. They played great.
What'd you think of this week? I've been on that team about making a quarterback decision. Havs makes the decision, comes in. I thought he played really well. That was one of the last games I watched before I came up here. I think the first couple of times when he was getting the snap, he was running right away. I saw a couple of times they snapped it to him and he threw the ball. I thought he made great decisions. Play calling, great.
Oh, he did. He did. Havs was the better quarterback that day, in my opinion. And I made two mistakes. Havs played great.
He's still 38 for 49, 6 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Laz was right. Don't leave it in the ref hands. You're not wrong. Go talk to your boy about it. We didn't leave it in the ref's hands. He dragged the back end zone, wasn't even close to the line, scored, and even the other team said he was 100% in. And there was no leaving it into the ref's hands. Phoenix said it was funny. I called Leo an asshole. I don't remember calling Leo an asshole.
When he didn't go out of bounds at the end towards the
Oh, yeah, you're right. I did. Yep, now I remember.
I didn't know who you were talking to, but now that it was brought up, it was funny.
I love Leo. He's the man. And he can kick my ass in 2 seconds. So
I think it was fucking asshole. I think if I remember correctly.
Well, the funny thing, I said to the guys, we're in stoppage time, play smart here. And he did that. And
also threw the ball back to you 5 yards in front of you and rolled all over the place while the clock's running. I was dying.
Yeah, that pissed me off. So either way, honestly, it was a good game, and we're moving on. In my opinion, we feel like we dropped the ball. We should be 3-0, and I would have never guessed Los Amigos to be 3-0. And it is what it is. We're moving on. We'll have fun.
Shout out John Garcia though. He's 8 for 8.
Stop shouting out John Garcia, dude! I've never seen a fucking man love situation here. How is John Garcia my number one receiver? This is fucking unreal.
That's on you.
It's not on me.
You loved him first.
That's your guy.
It's not on me. This is pissing me off. I genuinely fucking hate the guy. The funny thing, if Biggie actually would show up to a game, John Garcia would not be leading the fucking team in touchdowns. That's for sure. So, all right, we'll move on. I'm done talking about my team. We got adjustments to make. Entity Boomamania. Boomamania getting the win. 11-point win here, 39-28. I did take Boomamania. Who'd you take?
I took Boom. Yep.
Yeah, me too. No Prison Mike for Entity again, which we didn't know.
Yeah,
do you think he's actually the glue that kind of... Is he the X factor that brings Entity into the mix or keeps him out of the mix?
Yeah, he's a great player. It adds a dimension to their offense that they don't have right now. Obviously, right? Like when I was scouting to play them, and they were doing the not even really RPO, but he's handing the ball back to Omar. If the middle linebackers expand at all, they just run it straight down the middle, and that they gained 15 yards a pop probably, right? So that's a whole dimension of your week one offense that you haven't had back since. So I think it's tough, but hopefully he gets back into some of these games.
Sorry, Jacob's asking if I skipped this game. I'm looking at the list. I'm like, no, I didn't. He's a narcissist. All right.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I think without Jason, Jason's definitely a touchdown or two swing. I think in any game. I think Entity. I was not able to watch the game, so 11 point loss to Boommania, who is one of the favorites in the league, is not anything to crow about. After last week, which I think was very tough for them, they falling apart on the field together. To me, without watching the live, it seems like they probably stayed together and adjusted and got better this week. Even though in the loss, like, you can get better in a loss. I won't count Entity out. I still think they have one of the best defenses. Omar is one of my favorite dudes around, and I do think he will have a better season. But Entity 1-2, in my opinion, a little bit of a shocker. But Boommania 3-0.
So you said you didn't watch this one?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. There might be some locker room trouble over there in the Boommania.
Uh-oh. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Ben and Bailey going back and forth on the sideline.
Ben and Bailey?
Oh, shoot.
All right, now, Bailey does a lot of shtick. Are you sure it's not just shtick?
They were yelling. They were yelling.
Over what reason here?
If I'm remembering correctly, Bailey rushed. Shane kind of got open late. There wasn't really great coverage. They completed a deep ball. Larry kind of commented like to the sideline, just not angrily or anything, like, hey, can we get a ball call? Bailey echoed that in a more aggressive fashion. Ben screaming that he did call for the ball, which on the live I think he did. So Ben was all on him. This is not how we run things over here, which I like. Right? Like, if he's going to run the program, he wants the shit done his way. So we'll see what comes out of that this week.
Interesting. So from at least what I'm hearing, Ben needs to figure it out with Bailey, because I think Bailey is very dangerous in that middle. He plays great. And I love ripping on him, but he is a good player there. And I think he's a key factor there to them winning a championship. So hopefully they figure it out.
I have more from this game.
Oh, let's go.
So, Riley's shoulder, question mark. Almost
All right,
3 picks in the first half.
That's
I don't know
another
if it was decision-making or a little tightness in the shoulder. We'll see how that goes going forward. Ben stiff-arming somebody into the dirt.
Ben did?
Ben,
Who? Sarno? No, they're on the same
On the
team.
same team. I don't know. Let's somebody put it in the comments, because I don't remember who
That's
it was.
that dad strength.
I couldn't really see it. From
Y'all
far.
don't understand it.
What else? Bova, huge touchdown over Shane. 4-inch vertical, he said. He thought he got up there 4 feet.
Is that what that meme was about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Listen, Bova's an underrated receiver. For sure.
I agree. I didn't know what, when they drafted him, I was confused, like, grabbing another quarterback, but he's definitely impressed me. Running routes, catching the ball, late checkdowns to him. He's stiff-arming people, making people miss. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah.
Another shout-out, my guy George Horn on Entity, like 7 to 10 catches this week. He was all over the place on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, big target there. He's very good at getting open. There's no question there. And doing a couple lives for them, he kind of keeps them together. And that guy's got that mentality of wherever we're at in the game, how do we win this game? And I can respect that for sure.
Damn, nobody in the comments knows who got the stiffy.
I'm getting flamed in the comments for no reason.
I mean,
It's fucking guys.
yes,
Bunch of haters.
Someone did put something about it. Still.
Can you focus in on my rings?
I think
I need to show my dominance over these dickheads.
Keel's got a stiffy for Connor.
His name's Kyle.
Kyle, sorry.
Well, yeah.
He does. He says, I always thought Connor was a stud, but it's so amplified next to Steve.
Yeah, I saw that. It wasn't that funny when I read it either.
Dude, something about turning 63 and just everybody hating on you. It's crazy.
Buddy, people would be lucky to play at my age.
Really?
And now that we're talking about it real quick, I want to shout out Mark Perry. Happy birthday, Mark Perry. And, not because I like the guy or anything, but he can kick my ass in 2 seconds, evidently. That's what he does. He goes and plays. Yeah. Is that so? The whole time I'm trying to get you to actually bring content to the show, you just decided you're going to be a dick.
I've had that sitting in here since last year for your birthday last year.
No. But Matt, yeah, happy birthday, Mark Perry. Fucking guy's the man. So. All right, Boom Mania, drama in the locker room. I think they'll be all right. 3-0. What do you think about that roughing the passer?
Oh, no.
Yeah, I agree.
No.
I agree.
I don't even want. No.
Yeah.
Embellishment, something. Can we get penalties for embellishing?
I mean, I'm not saying they embellished it. It's a contact league. It's gonna happen. And in my league, who's the big Gil? Gil laid me out, kind of, after a play, kind of, but it was contact. I wasn't looking for a call, and I meant to shout out Gil. Gil actually played a great game, and I believe Gil quietly has had 2 good seasons in a row. That's why Javi took him this season. Gil really stepping up. So shout out Gil there. But yeah, Gil laid me out after I threw a touchdown to, unfortunately, John Garcia. But
I saw that.
I didn't even ask for.
Was very different than 2 other quarterbacks' reactions this week.
You mean when you belly bumped Jimmy Sanford trying to get his flag?
And then I tried to catch him, and he just flopped over. And I tried
to
help him up. He didn't want me to help him up, so I just walked away. And it is what it is.
Yeah.
Don't put me on defense. I'm a dirty player, as Steve mentioned during the
me.
live.
Oh, I was only joking. That's a good non-call. I mean, it is what it is. So. Yeah, you're right, Jake. This format is meant for Gil, but Gil has had probably the best couple seasons recently over previous seasons. But I did want to give him a shout out. Forgot to do it in the game recap. All right, we got Crazy Work and Guardians. Let's make this quick because I hate Jacob Lapointe.
Noting that you've complimented him twice, he actually wrote a timestamp of the first one. Yeah. I don't know if you saw that in the comments.
I did. He's obsessed with me.
Allegedly.
Honestly, this was a good game, and I recorded it. I did the stats. If I had a suggestion for Crazy Work, Noel needs the ball. He for sure, but you got to stop forcing into him in scenarios that don't. You got to set up with Bobby. You got to set up with Austin. Set those plays up and let it develop a little more natural. I know you guys want it to happen, but it's a long game. It's a slow game. This was a good game. Guardians taking the 41-34 game. And I questioned it on live. Maybe you could give me the actual rule. Do you have to declare whether you're going to go on sides before your extra point, or can you do that?
Absolutely not, and Jacob's a snake for that.
I thought so, too. He's kind of an evil genius there.
In the grass.
Argued with the refs and got his way, and unfortunately that ended the game. Crazy Work 0-3. To me, it's a big surprise. But they've had attendance issues. Guys not showing up that need to be there for Crazy Work to have the success I predicted them to have. I do believe House actually threw a good game this game, and people might knock him for it, but he was pretty accurate. And they did a great mix of run and passing. They just need to, I think, from watching the live, get the ball to Austin a little more when it makes sense. Get him to get those yards. That kid's fast. He's not quitting. He's one of those hard-nosed guys that's going to try to win you the game. Same with Bobby. Get those plays rolling more. Miggs is great. Noel's great. House is great. Gene's great. But mix it up. Spread it out. And I think good things will come. Guardians played very well. Don't get me wrong. Jacob threw a smart game.
Exactly. Yeah, I wrote that down. Just take what they give you, right? Just a vet move. Take check downs. Let your guys work. He did a great job of that. But I think, not that I disagree, but I thought House called a pretty solid game. I think he was off target a couple of times that might have killed him, but right, they came out ground and pound first drive, moved the ball down the field. I think he mixed in screens, running the ball, throwing the ball. I thought he called a pretty solid game, just off target a couple of times, and maybe it's a different outcome. I can't say for sure, but I thought he called a great game.
No, I thought
honestly.
so too. Like I said, he was accurate. I think he 75% passing, completion, which is pretty good. Yeah. It's not bad. It's not great, but it's good. They ran the ball out with Miggs. They mixed it up a lot, and there's probably some plays they want back. And I'm not trying to take anything away from Guardians. Guardians played a good game. Finn came up with a lot of big flag pulls. Jacob threw well. I think Jacob focuses on 3 different receivers. I think he had 3 different receivers with 10-plus targets this game, or at least close. Tyler Gagnon played great. Awesome job, but it's kind of easy to prepare for that team because you know where the targets are going. They're going to Sam. They're going to Dante. They're going to Tyler Gagne. So if you can take that away, I think that's the recipe to beat Guardians. But Jacob will adjust. He's a smart quarterback, and they played good. It was a close game. I did think Crazy Work was going to get their get-back game this game, and unfortunately I was wrong. Who'd you take this game?
Let me go back in my notes. I took Crazy Work again, yep.
Yeah. So Guardians, I believe I picked against them every week, and I probably will just because I hate Jacob LaPointe.
Because week 1, I was on here. He was pissed that we picked against him, and
he can get over it.
I think that might be my junior. I might just be picking against him no matter who they play. I might have a bye week, and I might pick him to lose. Also, we have a Sarno sighting in the comments, which I think you're going to like.
Oh, boy.
Telling John Garcia to run your routes.
Dude. Listen. Yeah, you're right. John Garcia sucks. He's a bum. Run your routes, and we'll figure it out. Loser. All right, Beer Hunters, Heartbreakers. I took Beer Hunters. Who did you take?
I did as well.
Yeah, Beer Hunters, 59-38. Nobody's commented whether Corey has actually quit on Heartbreakers, and it's going to break my heart seeing a guy like that quit on a team, but that's kind of a shitty move if that's actually the case.
I need to take a second here. Do you play Boom this year?
I think we play them next week. Why?
I think we have something brewing with Sarno versus John Garcia 1v1 in the comments here.
I don't want that matchup. Sarno's going to kill John Garcia. I don't want that.
He just told him, John, you don't want the smoke.
He doesn't. John Garcia can fuck up a wet dream, and he thinks he's going to beat Sarno in anything? No chance.
I'll have to make sure to write that game down on my calendar and make sure I'm there whatever time I have to be there.
I do think that's next week. I got to double check before we do our predictions, but it's getting late. Let's go. Beer Hunters, EB throwing great. EB up for quarterback of the year early?
I think so.
I think so too.
I think so.
Watching their success against Busters last week, he threw smart, threw great, and he can attack. Busters play great defense, don't get me wrong, but he can attack those one-on-one matchups at will, and he's got the intangibles for it, which I lacked this game. 59 points against Heartbreakers. Yeah, they're a little undermanned. 59 points, still a lot, but EB's putting up good points against a lot of teams so far early in the season. Heartbreakers, unfortunately, going to 0-3. Rumor has it they're trying to place Corey. Do you think they should be allowed to?
Yeah, I've always been on the side of I don't really give a shit who we're playing against, so I don't have any opinion. Just put whoever.
Yeah,
honestly,
it is tough. It's the whole, how long do we? It's a lot of gray area. You got to have the rules set in place. It's got to be by week 3. No ifs, ands, or buts. It's got to be your top 4 rounds. It's got you have to have rules in place to replace people. Unfortunately, you lose a quarterback, whatever reason it is, whether he quit on the team, whether he got hurt, it does suck. And
sure.
it hurts everybody. And you got to try to keep the integrity of the league. So it is tough for Bova, and I do respect him, but we got to have more of a black and white playbook type deal with this scenario than a gray area. Even though they're
Shout out to Walkley. Didn't look bad. He's
No.
throwing some dots. Yeah, a couple of guys dropping balls in the end zone. Like, he did his thing. So,
Walker is one of those guys. He's a plug and play. He can play any position very good, and he's not the type of dude to quit on you, so he won't. And he'll come out and play great and give you your best effort. I didn't disagree with anybody taking him whenever they did, because he is a great asset to a team. And he will be kind of the MVP of that team and keep them together and giving them a chance. 21-point loss to Beer Hunters. Yeah, that's tough, but he's going to keep them in those games and hopefully win a couple for him. We got Air Raiders, Blue Storm, last game of the night. No Mike Howe, no replacement. Blue Storm takes the loss 55-12.
so is that confirmed Ricky is replacing him? Do we know that?
Ricky Tan?
Yep.
As far as I know, that is confirmed, but
Okay.
how come he wasn't there at this game?
My guy just graduated from his master's. He was partying all night. I don't know. That's what I assume.
That's fair. I mean, he is a partier. I don't blame him.
And saying we do have Ricky. So that should help. Right? They had a little QB carousel thing going on. Like, Booten started. Then,
yeah, that was kind of odd. And not take anything away from, but you have Lamar there, and that to me is your best chance. They had Quinn throwing.
they had
a plethora of half a dozen dudes throwing in the first half. I didn't get to watch the second half, and they're a great team, regardless of if they can get some type of replacement for Mike Howe. I still think they're a great team, and they're going to be in it towards the end. But 55-12 loss. Air Raiders legit, I think so for sure. Probably more legit when Bonish comes back from his addictomy or whatever he got. No, I'm just kidding. Listen, I like the guy. He's a good dude, and people want to knock on him for unorthodox style, and buddy, I'm king of the unorthodox style.
You guys
so.
have the same throwing motion, so
Ben, you can't even play that. It makes no sense. But yeah, so when he comes back, that Air Raiders team I thought was drafted well. I didn't put him in the top 3. I think I put him top 5-ish or so, and I stand by that. But no, that is a deadly team. So, all right, let's pull up next schedule. Let's go through these quick.
they're also 0-3.
Who?
Storm.
Yeah. Which I would never guess.
There's some surprising records out there right now.
What do you think the biggest surprise on the record side of it?
Ooh. I think Spartans.
I honestly want to say the same thing too. With that offense, Jimmy coming off quarterback of the year, with 55-1, which is insane, on a smaller field too. With Chad Lazu, sorry, fucking Greg's really gonna beat me up. Lazu Jr. And Jason Gagney, he doesn't get enough credit. Luis doesn't get enough credit, but yeah, a lot of pieces in place. The defense needs to step it up a little bit. But yeah, that is the biggest surprise to me. All right, we got week 4, right?
Yes, sir.
Crazy Work and Entity right off the rip. Crazy Work 0-3 versus Entity 1-2. It's a tough game here.
I think I'm gonna go Entity. Right, I've picked Crazy Work all 3 weeks.
So you have the problem?
Yeah, it's got to be me, right? So, I just don't know defensively if they'll be able to stop Entity. Hopefully Jason's there. That'll help with my pick. Right, this is a huge game that I think they need him for. Crazy Work's going to come out and be physical. He can help negate that on the defensive side of the ball. If he's not there, then maybe they just ground and pound the whole time. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yeah, he might kind of be the X factor in there, making crazy work, get into more of a passing offense against them, which I think they could overcome, but it's not going to be easy for sure. That's a tough one. You took entity?
I did.
I'm going to take crazy work just to pick against you. We'll get it going early.
Love it.
Boston Busters versus Guardians.
Busters. I'm going Busters. I already stated 7 minutes ago that I'm picking against Jacob, so I don't.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
anymore.
Busters too because Finn definitely shits after he showers, and that was weird. I don't understand that. I think Boston Busters have a lot better defense than anybody, including myself, gave them credit for. Guardians have a good defense. I mean, I have a good offense for sure. They got weapons, but they do focus on guys and Halves. As much as he likes to play the dummy, he's kind of smart actually, and he'll pick up on that. And whoever adjusts in this game the best, I think, will win for sure. But I think Boston Busters will come out with the win, honestly. And this isn't, because I'm doing a shtick. I think Boston will win this game. I was incorrect. I thought we played Boom Mania this week. It's Spartans and Boom Mania. Spartans 0-3, needing a win. Get arguably the best team.
I'm going to go Boom. I mean, they haven't been stopped yet. We'll see. I'll probably try and dig a little deeper, see what's going on in the locker room with Boom. But right until they're stopped, they're definitely a top team in the league right now.
Yeah, I kind of want to take Spartans here. I feel like this is
This is the week I thought about doing it as well. At work today, I was thinking about it. This might be the week, but
this is the Vegas fucking, those get you games, whatever they call them. I'm still going to take Boom. I just think their defense is too good. It'll give Spartans offense too much hassle. It'll be very difficult for Spartans to score. They will score, but Spartans defense needs to prove a little more to stop such a high-powered offense. Riley getting a little close to throwing a lot of picks around here, but he hasn't yet. And, until he does, I can't really knock him. Heartbreakers in OVO. OVO having the luckiest schedule of all time. Have they played a team who, actually had a quarterback, or OVO didn't have the refs in their pocket?
I mean, yeah, Storm week 1 was their toughest.
Yeah, but I feel like
opponent,
the refs were helping them out.
That was a one-score game, right? Yeah, they won right at the end.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of who they had week 2.
I forget
too. But no, I mean, to Dome's credit, you can only play who shows up against you, and you can't take anything away from that team. They're going out and doing their thing, and regardless who they're going up against, it's been working. So
yeah, I'm taking OVO too. It's until Heartbreakers figure out what's going on over there. I mean, I think it's an easy 30-point win for OVO, unfortunately. And a lot of guys on Heartbreakers I really do like. And I'm going to break their heart with that pick. I'm not going to care. Los Amigos and Honey Badgers. Taking Honey Badgers by a mile. I'm going to expose Greg for what he is, and that's a bum.
I'm also going to take the Badgers. I don't think... Did you just say by a mile? I don't think it'd be by a mile, right? Like, I think a QB with a lot of experience is going to keep the game pretty close. But they have some firepower, right? If Greg gets going early, he's going to be tough to stop. So maybe try and game plan something for that.
Yeah, I mean, it comes down to our defense versus what's the captain's name?
Dome? OVO?
No. Our defense versus Honey Badgers. Vidge.
Oh, Vidge.
It's going to come down to our defense versus Vidge. Honey Badgers will get stops for sure. They're not an easy defense to score against. I told you I've loved their roster day one. It's going to be very difficult, especially if my offense is running through fucking John fucking Garcia.
So you'll have Derek this week? Is that how that works? Every other
In
week?
theory, this is going to be the first week I will have my 2 top receivers.
Your
so-
second and third receivers.
Don't even do that. Don't even do that, because if I had a full team, John Garcia is sitting on the fucking bench where fucking he belongs.
I heard he has the most touchdowns on your team.
Yeah,
far.
he does. Most drops to picks, most bad routes, most fucking not good jokes, everything. I honestly, in all seriousness, no shtick aside, I think it would be a close game. I think the big matchup is our defense versus Vidge. See how our defense adjusts. We have been making it easy for teams to score against us. Vidge has been up to the task. We all were worried about how he was going to play, and he's the X factor to Honey Badgers, and they're what, 2-1?
Yeah.
So
I think so.
obviously early season up to the task. So we'll see. I'm non-biased aside. I'm taking Honey Badgers, and people say it's a shtick. I'll take Los Amigos when I think we're going to win a fucking game, when I'm convinced. Not taking anything away from our guys. I love them all for sure, except John Garcia. But
Allegedly.
God, I hate Ben. If anybody, side note, if anybody's looking to produce a show, let me know, please. I need to get rid of Ben.
Just know it's a thankless job. 100%.
No, I think, Ben.
Yeah,
I said he was carrying this thing.
Yeah,
That's what I appreciate.
dude can't carry his own weight. All right, Beer Hunters, Colt 45. This is an interesting matchup. I think two teams that went 0-1 right away, and have won 2 in a row each. 2 hot teams, 2 hot offenses. I honestly don't know who to pick here. You gonna puss out and not pick again? Is that what you're doing? It's fine. I respect
I'm going to
it.
pick the Beer Hunters.
Derek Dome says, I heard John calls defer at the coin toss, so Steve Tambo is to watch first.
No, he calls defense. He doesn't even say defer. He wants the other team to have ball both halves. Honestly, this might be game of the week. We got this is game of the week in my opinion. This is Tampa Times game of the week. This is a tough one to call. I'm gonna take Beer Hunters just because I want you to lose so bad. No, I mean it's Beer Hunters, good defense. You know Lazu Senior, who hates me, has a plan for Pat. Not to say you're gonna stop Pat. You're gonna have a plan for him. We'll see how it pans out.
Agreed.
But Kevin, two great weapons, and Sean McGrath kind of flies under the window there. Big guy, great reliable hands, will get you those yards, and I love Sean. He fights every play, no matter what his limitations are that you might say. He's a great guy.
I just hope to God I don't have to play defense this week.
Yeah, even if you do, I still think you're okay. I think you're not giving yourself enough credit. Why? What is it? People not showing up? What's the deal?
No, this week we just had shit pop up the day of the game. Right?
Yeah.
Like we planned to be fully staffed, and that morning Brandon had to go to work. Eli said he was out.
Yeah,
That's our 2 starting middle linebackers, and then you replace it with me. Like, Jesus Christ.
Brandon who?
Panteries?
Oh, okay, yeah. All right, I didn't even notice he wasn't even there.
Are you saying I'm as agile and
Absolutely,
as good at
just as
flags?
much as go.
I disagree very much.
No, I mean I might start him over you for sure, but that was I didn't even notice that he was gone. I knew Eli was gone.
Am I going to be allowed to wear this during the game?
Hopefully, you are left-handed, right?
No. I'm going to throw the meanest stiff arm with this thing.
Only if you hit Lazu with it. I will shout out you guys. I get kind of jealous watching the camaraderie between ST players. You guys are, very respectable relationships. You guys have fun with it. You guys are going to be on the other side, still root for each other, but still play against each other.
Absolutely.
I feel like I had that with Nasty Boys, but then I realized no, everybody on Nasty Boys really does hate me. Kenny's in the chats the other week saying they don't need me, and Adam's always trying to replace me every week. So now with Jay Charles moving, I might give Lazo Senior a call and see why he hates me, and then try to patch that up.
Buddy, if they pick you over me after me sitting behind him for fucking years, remember where this glove came from, right?
Would you really blame them?
Buddy. Ask them about me dicing up the 9-man team as the fucking scout team.
All right, I'll give you the edge. 6-man, 9-man. You're probably better quarterback than me. You think you're better 4 and 5?
No, I'm just kidding. But I'm just trying to get people going. I don't know if people are realizing this, but Media Monday, I'm trying to get this league going right now. I'm trying to be the villain, right? Everybody hated Jay. I'm going to be the guy that everybody hates.
Oh, come on. Everybody still hates Jay. Come on. Who are you fooling? All right. T-Gods and Frieza Force. It's the beginning of the end for T-Gods for me. I'm taking Frieza Force.
I'm taking T-Gods. I'm rolling with my guy, Junior. Just please don't fucking yell at the refs and get thrown out again, buddy.
It's a high chance. I mean, obviously, I'm not trying to take away from Junior and T-Gods not having cheeks hearts. He is what he is. We all know how deadly he can be. I really like that Frieza Force, that roster, and I don't see T-Gods stopping them. I think Frieza Force is going to score at will. I think it's going to be like a 60-2 to 58 game, in my opinion.
I think that's my game of the week. I know you stated ours was the game of the week, but I think that's another huge game.
It's a big game for sure. Frieza Force 2-1, T-Gods 2-1. Kind of a little fight for the top. Up at the hill, top of the hill type game. I still think Frieza Force takes it.
I think if my calculations are correct, 50% of the league is 2-1 right now.
50% of the league? Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So it's a tight race here.
All right, TDM Air Raiders.
I have Raiders. I think TDM's defense is great. I think they show sparks on offense, but they're just. Oh, do we have the score of it this week? Right, they scored like.
Who?
TDM.
20 points against Frieza Force.
And wasn't it like 20 the week before and like 7 the week before that?
It was 21, I think, because they won in overtime.
Yep.
And then, not a
Like
lot.
7, I think,
one.
the first week.
Yeah.
So I think you've talked about this all last year. Like 40 points is the number you want to shoot for. A high score of 21 points is not going to get you places. I think they have the capability, right? I don't think their play calling's bad, but something, I can't put my finger on what's not clicking. I think the defense is great, but I think the Raiders are rolling right now.
Yeah, I'm calling TDM. This is their get-back game. They're going to upset the world here. I'm taking my boy Gora and JJ in that defense against Air Raiders. Wolfpack, Blue Storm to end the game, or end the week, sorry. Blue Storm does have Ricky. He's supposed to show up.
I would guess in theory, yeah.
You assume he's playing quarterback?
I would hope so. But then again, I didn't think when Lamar was in there, right, his first drive in there, he threw like a full field tutty. So maybe Ricky at skill position. I don't know. I don't know what their plan is. We'll find out. Ant's saying, yes, he is the quarterback. I think Wolf. I'm taking Wolf. I think as long as Domo shows up, obviously he's going to have a little chip on his shoulder after last week. How that game went, not being able to be there for his guys. I think they're going to come out firing on all cylinders.
Do you think it's fair Blue Storm got every 1 o'clock game for convenience purposes and then end up Howe still not showing up?
Fair to who? The league?
I guess the league.
Why,
I
you
don't-
prefer playing later?
No chance. I'm gonna allude to that. I don't think 1 o'clock games are fun. Last game of the night. I mean, it is kind of cool where everybody's kind of red cupping it a little bit, and people hang out. And now you got one game. You got a lot of people. During football season, it's not that fun though.
No, yeah, I agree.
I'm gonna take Wolfpack. I really do like that Blue Storm team. I've been very against taking a guy like me or Sanford in the first round, for a lot of purposes. I think Mike Howe is the right pick there, but with Mike Howe not there, that's a great team with any good quarterback on their team. So it's unfortunate that it's holding them back. They just have a lot of weapons. Booten actually, in my opinion, drafted the best team he's ever drafted, and it's not even close. It's unfortunate to see this happen to them, and hopefully it works out. But they have a good team, and the guys are still showing up. They're still fighting, so they're going to be in it till the end, regardless. They're going to be dangerous down the line. Whether the top team going into it, I still think they could probably upset a lot of teams and make a run if they put it together. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, we were winding down here. Any comments? Nobody wants to comment on whether Corey actually quit on his team. I will say it is bullshit if he did. I'll call that out right now. I don't give a flying fuck. It's kind of scumbag.
Agreed.
In a draft league where you got 10 other guys relying on you. You kidding? When they took John Garcia in the fucking 8th round, you don't think I wanted to quit on my fucking team? Jesus.
I think, what are you thinking about? I'm thinking about maybe making some top lists of position specific.
That's a lot of value for the 8th round.
No pun intended.
Sorry to cut you off.
I think I might be making some of those coming up soon.
You want to do some top lists?
Position by position.
You want to do a position by?
Yeah. Top 5 linebackers, top 5 safeties, top 5 corners.
Which one would you start out with? Which one would get the... Should I get Pike in here?
What made me think of it, actually, in all seriousness, is I didn't know much about Booten,
Yeah.
and he's a phenomenal linebacker.
Yeah. And no bullshit, I noticed that first season I ever seen him play. And quite frankly, he's a lot of contract negotiations with one of my teams, him and his brother.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I like it. So, yeah, I'm going to work.
So you like
Some kind of list.
like a list of like middle linebackers would be interesting to you.
Oh, yeah.
Like
yeah.
that type of stuff.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
maybe we can do that every week.
We'll just go one position a week.
Yeah, we'll talk.
Each bring in our top 5 or something.
We'll talk about it off air for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, I like it. It'll spark things up.
Like I said, I want to get the people going.
Get them going. John Garcia is trying to captain the Bedford draft. Yeah, well, it costs $45, and I have to approve it, so you're fucked. Phoenix Keith, shout out to Drake Attire. Ben, I'm gonna fucking choke you out in about 2 seconds, live on the air. It'd be the worst thing for you. Best linebacker in draft league, Jose Lazo Senior, respectfully. Lazo Senior hates me, and that's obvious. But I think he, you can plug him anywhere, and he plays great at any position. So if you draft him to your defense and you have a hole, he's going to fill that hole no matter what. Mm-hmm. And that is a strength for a guy who is honestly, older, as some people might say.
And I'm thinking, like, just based off what we've seen so far this season, right? So I don't think Lazu's been playing much linebacker. Maybe I haven't watched enough film. But, like, I'm not talking from their whole career arc. I'm talking about what we've seen so far up to this point, this season.
Oh, this season. So just and I appreciate
Who's been
that. Like,
performing
yes,
this
for sure.
season?
I don't disagree, and that's the fairest way to do it. Yeah. All right. We'll come up with
We'll talk about it.
Yeah. I like it. Good idea.
See what Ben thinks about
Buddy,
it.
you're the best co-host I've ever had, by far. If I had to do a top list, you're number 1, 2, and 3 for sure.
Until
Fuck
John
Pike.
gets on here.
Who?
John. till
That's
he gets
never
on here.
happened. But how? Have you listened to him on the lives? He's awful. I had to save him. So,
Real quick before we end, what was the onion thing?
so I tell him to go. In John Garcia's defense, he offered to go get me some food. He's a nice guy. Whatever. I'm not going to take that away from him. He goes, "Are you hungry?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "I'll go get you some food." He goes, "What do you want?" I go, "Nothing with onions or peppers." He goes, "Oh, you like me? I hate onions and peppers." I swear to God, this dickhead on purpose got 3 tacos with the most onions in it ever. He comes back and I'm like, "Whoa, there's onions in this." He goes, "Yeah, there was onions in mine, but it was like 1 or 2. It was loaded with onions." And I was fucking pissed. And I think he did it on purpose. And I think he charged me double for it. I think he fucking stole money from me. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we have any comments real quick before we end the show? Gora's dad told me the show was unbearable to watch, or said it. Trying to make it a little more interesting.
Ooh. That's all right.
He commented somewhere on an old video of Mike Howe. And listen, hey, I'm no Mike Howe and Patty Ice, that's for sure. But he goes, remember when the show wasn't unbearable to watch? I'm like, whoa, that actually hurt my feelings. Not much really gets to me, but that made me a little sad.
But hey, everything's a work in progress, right? If people shout out ideas, take them into consideration, see what we can get done for the people.
Yeah, I agree. So not much, just Lauzo Senior saying, "I appreciate you all." He means you and Ben, not me. He hates me. Top 10 players through first 3 weeks, real quick. Top 10, real quick. Can't do that top. That's tough, Jake.
Here's my thing. I do a lot of research and film watching, so like off the top of my head, it's just not gonna happen.
Yeah.
But that's just me. I just have to watch film.
Yeah.
Like
I can't.
That's just who I am. As
Buddy,
a
I'm gonna
person.
leave 4 people out. Then I'm like, you know what? I fucked up.
Mid-season, like top.
No. He's asking on the spot. And
I know. I was saying like, but as a follow-up, maybe do like a mid-season one where you like have time to prepare or something.
Yeah, exactly.
for sure. Yeah, we could do a big list mid-season. Even though there's 9 weeks, we're like 2 weeks away from being mid-season.
That's fine. 2 weeks is enough time, man. We watch all this film in a day and a half.
Yeah, you're not wrong. So
That's all I do on Monday. Watch film from this fucking league.
I know I can't even go to work. Adam's working double time because Bob has got me over here doing lives and this and that. And Phoenix asked you top 5 quarterbacks quickly.
Is he saying I'm a top 5?
Oh, maybe.
No, top 5 quarterbacks right now. I think Domo's up there. I think EB's up there. I think. I think Junior's up there.
Oh, Jesus. All right. This list
Dude,
is fucking
I
in the
mean-
trash. Don't even put me on it because you lost all credibility when you said Junior. Listen, if Junior had a week 3 like he had 1 or 2, whoever that imposter was coming around posing as Junior week 1 and 2, I'd say yes, but the real Junior showed up. Hoseby, for sure.
Hoseby.
Carter's right.
Hoseby's up there.
I'd put you up there.
I think it depends, right? We're talking about all the time. In my head, I'm only talking about this league. LaPointe's up there. He's a game manager. I mean, I don't. People get mad at me, but the guy has been doing it for a long time in this league. He knows how to manage a game.
He hasn't won a championship since season 1 against plumbers and fucking electricians. I don't want to hear it.
But he has
The guy's
more
obscure
championships than I
since.
do.
Yeah, well. It's only been a couple seasons. And there's a ton of teams. He's
Yeah,
a
I don't know
bum.
if that gave you 5, but that's all you're getting for now. Not watching film. What are you talking about, Cheeks, Lazoo?
I can't even.
You're not even a quarterback.
Top 5.
Or
I
is he
think
talking
he
to
might
Tab?
be responding to Jake. Top 5 Tambo would want on his team. On my team now, or like my tournament team, my travel team. Vid, shout out to plumbers and electricians.
I think he just means on your team, like in general.
On my team right now, any 5 other guys than John Garcia. I mean, that's tough. All right, I'll do a top 5 guys this season that I wish were on my team. Listen, don't get me wrong. I love the Shannon and Derek Hammond combo. We haven't seen it yet. Nobody's seen the full attention, and I wouldn't pick anything over it until I actually run it with those guys. So I'll get that straight right now. I love playing with Shannon. I love playing with Derek. Kind of. Derek pisses me off, and I'll call him out on it. But
I mean, I think we just go top 5 guys you'd want to play with.
Pat
wherever.
Clock, Jesus, it's the best season. You're so lucky.
But you know what? The downfall of being in this league is I'm always gonna hear about who is on my fucking team. That's all I heard last year is how'd you fuck it up with City Boys, which I did. But now it's gonna be you got Pat and Kev, so we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. No, I get it. Dome, I'm faster than Sanford. I don't give a flying fuck. Dome, I'm faster than you, right? Top 5 season, top 5 quarterbacks, no order.
Season.
Vision, thank God Vision put out this list. I can't wait to beat the brakes off of him next week.
Non-QBs. Top 5 skill players.
Oh, non-QBs. Oh, damn it. I thought you said QBs. Whoops. I liked it better when I thought it was QBs. Yeah, I'm okay with. I like that.
Chad Carter. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
I mean, disagreements.
You can make a case for a lot of people. I would put Ant up there. I mean,
top 5 is the top thing.
That's
Maybe
tough.
we change it to top 10 in my position thing. I'm proposing.
Fuck you, Ant. I'll race Dome next week. I don't give a flying fuck. Put any money on it. I'll smoke that dude.
Lazoo will pay to see that race.
How much?
We're taking bids here.
We can make it happen. If Dome's got the kahunas to do it, I'll race him full field all the way.
Oh, he was only talking about you and Sanford, but that's just a little disrespect. You did say Lazoo doesn't like you, so.
No, he doesn't. See, it's not. It's not a false narrative. You'll see.
I want to see Sarno and John Garcia one-on-one so bad. I can't wait for that.
Well, why? We're gonna waste everybody's time. Sarno wins that 10 out of 10 times. Jacob, in my defense, I was slurring my words because I was sick all week. Okay.
This guy has the vid and invites me over. Doesn't give me a fucking warning.
Who?
You. You said you're sick all week.
No. Sorry. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Any more comments before we end the show? Anything good? Ben's trying to get out of here. I see him swiping left, swiping right. He's got something cooking tonight. I know.
Hey.
Time to go drink.
What?
Time to go drink.
It's time to go drink. It's 9:15. It's time to go to bed.
Jimmy Sanford, Dome, and Fred Stack race for chair.
Who's Fred?
Fred, the ref, Fred?
Oh.
You know Fred.
Yeah.
Calling everybody pumpkin and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, Jake, that'd be a good one. But if Domes is anything of a man, he'll challenge me right now to a race this week. I didn't think so.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Derek.
Dome only picks fights he knows he can win. Fitzgerald, he's not even biting. All right, ladies and gentlemen,
got a handshake emoji.
That means nothing. He knows what he's doing. Derek, Dom, if you're serious, you can post something on. We'll figure it out. We'll make it happen.
Post it on the page. Let's get the page fucking going, people.
The memes were great this week.
I want double the memes next week. Hit up Lazoo. I don't make it.
I can't. He leaves me on red all the time.
I'll do my best for you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, on to week 4. Season's good kickoff so far. So,
Agreed.
All right. Thanks for joining me.
Absolutely.
Ben, thank you as always. You fucking suck. Good night, Grease. Have a good night.
Yeah. Said we up now, they up next. Got you in your feelings upset. Said I'm up to bat, you on deck. At my best, you is looking stressed, cuz we up now, they up next. Said we up now, they up next, up next. Got you in your feelings upset, upset. Said I'm up to bat, you on deck, on deck. At my best. Stress cause we up now, they up next, up next. Said we up now, they up next, up next. Got you in your feelings upset, upset. Someone said that I was up next. I said I'm up now with no mean of disrespect. I don't be at the gym, so I don't need to flex. You regret moving on to the next and making me your ex, yeah. I roll up whenever you feeling stressed. Treat you with respect and never settle for less. Life's a game of chess, don't let it get you in check. She like when I pull her hand, grab her by her